Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all fades to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. So, anyways, coming through on Sunday, January the 15th. First, I didn't even know that I missed the Martin Luther King parade. I always take the kids to that, but time is moving so fast. It feels like we're just zooming through life. So I missed that one, but there is going to be one on Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and release. I do have vlogs from last year that I never released, girl, so I'm just gonna release those. And then I do have a project Reach the World, Martin Luther King, showing all my artwork that has to pertain to Martin Luther King. He is for justice and freedom, for not just a few, girl, for all, including us black people, right? And including incarcerated citizens, freedom and justice for them as well. I'm not saying free every goddamn body. No, I'm not saying that. But the innocent, definitely free them. The over sentence, resentence them to what they should be sentenced to. And the ones that were just dealt with unjustly, may they have justice. And justice does mean if you did your crime, then doing the amount of time that is equal for your crime, allotted for your crime, not over, not under, not you actually getting punished for the crime that you committed. And that's it. That is true justice. So justice for all. Anyways, so today, girl, okay, I'm off and I'm so glad. I be feeling like I'm living when I'm on my day off. And then y'all know I got to squeeze everything into it like a turnip, girl. I'm trying to squeeze blood out of turnip. I'm trying to do everything that I need to do. So I do have a few videos that were lingering for this week. Okay, so today I'm going to finish telling that story time of being in love with a junkie. This is not going to work because I'm leaning the way I'm leaning because all this light coming in from right here. But girl, that's hurting my neck. So let me move my car and then we're going to go straight into, and it's boining my arm. My daddy from Mississippi, so he say boining. Look, I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all are from Mississippi. This is just with fun. So one day my dad was like, who boinked the bacon? And I'm like, huh? Boink? What is boink? Burned. Did you burn the bacon? He said, no, who boinked the bacon? Okay, that light is a little bit better. Y'all already know with all them herniated discs, I can't be leaning like that, doing no gangster lean and stuff. But anyway, so back to the story. I had to go all the way back. Like, as you get older, I'm in my 40s. As you get older, you be forgetting stuff until you actually sit down and analyze all the stuff that happened. So with this story of me being in love with the junkie, I literally had to go and sit down and write every single thing because it was just so much. And as I sat down to journal, I am a journaler. I love to journal. My mother as well was a writer, loved to write. I found some of her journals after she passed away, which that's kind of like a treat because you get some insight into how your parent felt about things. You know what I mean? But I journal for two reasons, because if I don't journal, I'm going to assume I didn't do anything. I'll forget everything. I give myself no credit for anything. I'm sorry. If y'all been here, y'all know that. I give myself no credit for anything because I judge things by the outcome. Did I achieve my goal? No, I didn't. So I didn't do anything. So that's how I judge. But I have to be realistic. I write in a journal, okay, Kitty, you didn't achieve your goal, but you did this. Pat yourself on the back. Cut yourself some slack, Cadillac. Like, for real. So anyways, those are my reasons for journaling. But okay, so let's jump into this story. Y'all check out parts 3. So that's what I was trying to say. All that journaling became 3 parts of a video that I have to tell before I get to this point, because this man stole my car. He stole my car. I told y'all this was my little luxury car that my parents was so excited to buy for me. And they brought it up to when I was working at KFC through the drive-thru. They brought it through the drive-thru, ordered, and then seen me with the car. And I'm like, who car y'all got? This your car, Keita? Oh, for real? This my car? Oh, that car. That's the car. Low down, remember we calling him low down dirty shame. Yes, that's the car he stole. Now let me tell you, let's get right into it. Okay, so y'all already know, if you want to fill in the blanks, please go check out those 3 parts. They are quite funny, I believe. Your girl is getting her little joke storm, making light of a situation. But to be honest, this was hell. This was a living hell, this relationship, and it brought me from 100 to 0 real quick. Okay, so y'all know that me and Shame were working together at the Super Center. Y'all also know the Super Center is the worst ever job I ever held in my life. And that job made me so depressed, made me just want to end it all, honestly. I'm being honest with y'all. So I met him there. The situation went on. He made me think he was this type of person. He was well established. He was 35. He's well established and this and that. And I quickly, once I got to know him, found out, baby, that ain't the case. He was up there thinking I was supposed to take care of him. I was supposed to feed him, which I started out stupidly doing until one day I'm like, I ain't feeding him no more. And I gave him a bowl of cereal. And this man threw that cereal at me. Talking about, B, how a grown man gonna eat some cereal? B, how a grown man looking to a 22-year-old to feed him? So this is where that relationship started, to where it started to progress too. Girl, he did some things, stole my money out my chest. All of that is in those story time. Stole my whole paycheck out my chest, and then basically left me in the middle of the hood. And I ain't know how to get out the hood at all. For real. So I don't know what point in our relationship, I think this was towards the middle, because I did not leave him after that, which is crazy. How could you not leave a man after stealing your car? Me, that's me. I don't know. Now I know my problems. I'm a people pleaser, and I'm also a person, I'm an empath, and I feel like I can fix everybody, knowing in my heart I want to fix everybody, but I cannot. I can't even fix myself, girl. How am I gonna fix you? Like, for real. So at this time, me and Shame both worked the night shift. So we came into work. I don't know if I picked him up for work or he made his way to work, because the Super Center was in the same city that Shame lived in. Okay, so no, actually, I don't even think he worked that day. I don't think he worked that day. For some reason, I was with him before work. That's what happened. And then we drove to work. I think he drove my car to work, which I don't know why, but we was in the car and he was driving. Okay, and it probably was because I would be sleepy in like the last hour or so before work. You're trying to get your last nap. That's what you call it, your last nap before staying up all freaking night, like, for real. So I think I was getting my last nap and he was driving. Okay, so he says when he pulls up to the front, I'm thinking he gonna get out and make his way back home. He's like, Keita, can I borrow your car? And I'm like, your mind is always going to tell you what to do. Do not do the opposite. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I want him to borrow my car. Okay, what's the worst? So now I'm rationalizing it. Okay, he'll borrow my car. He said he had to go take care of something. I don't remember what it was, but he would be back. Now, the thing is, I had 2 brakes two 15-minute breaks. So 2 hours into your shift, you have a 15-minute break. Then 2 hours later, you have your hour lunch. And then 2 hours later, you have your 15-minute break. He said he'll be back on my 15-minute break, which is only 2 hours. He just needs to borrow the car and he will be back at these messages. Girl, let me tell you. So my mom said no, but I said, okay, can borrow the car. He's like, okay, I'll be back on your first break. Girl, first break comes. I go outside and I'm like, because that first break, sometimes we used to go through the line, try to catch a little snack. I would love to eat on my first break. That way, that whole hour, you could just sleep. Or me, I used to paint back then. I always paint my whole life, doing art and stuff. So I'll be working on my projects or whatever I need to do with that full hour. So I go outside, good, and I'm like, where's my car? Girl, where's my car? I'm looking around, do not see this car. Okay, so I go back in. I'm like, well, maybe he didn't come exactly on my 15-minute break, but we always went exactly at 12. We got in at 10, we went exactly at 12, and everybody had to come back at the same time. Like, everybody knew that was break time. Everybody went at the same time. So he had to know, girl, that I was on break. But I'm like, okay, well, maybe he kind of slightly lost track of time. Okay. So I'm thinking he gonna be coming in shortly after that. I'm looking around, just keeping my eyes out. Like, no matter what I was doing, I'm just keeping my eyes out, waiting for him to come through with my keys, run me my keys. And because when you've done something, I don't know if you feel like this, but when you've done something you think you shouldn't have done, you want to hurry up and just let the process play out so you could be like, oh, girl, I shouldn't have did that, but thank God it all worked out right? So that's been a couple of times. I made a decision that I shouldn't have did, and then I'm like just on pins and needles until it plays out. And sometimes it plays out correct, but you like, girl, I'll never do that again. Don't ever in life do that again. Okay, so 2 more hours go by and it's lunch time. Girl, we on lunch. Like, okay, so I get my little lunch and run outside. My car, my Buick is still my Buick Regal and such. Is still not in the parking lot. So I'm like, where is Negroid at? Like, what? Okay, now the patient's running out. I'm like, what? Okay, you only asked until my break, but now here we going on lunch, and you still ain't came back, girl. I'm angry now. I'm getting angry. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. I'm getting mad now. I'm like, dang, where my car at? I'm finna get in trouble now. This my mom and them car that, well, they gave it to me, but you know what they went through to give it to me. Like, girl, and they know that was always the one rule. Any car, no man can drive your car. Please listen to that rule. Your parents give you a car or they help you with a car. Please don't let no Negroid borrow that car or drive that car at all, ever in life. For real, this is honest advice. Please listen. Though we think our parents are mean and such, they be trying to tell us for our best. For our best. Please listen, girl. So I got 2 more hours and then my 15 minutes come. Girl, I'm wired. Usually you be all tired because you working a night shift. You be tired as I don't know what trying to get through, especially at 3 a.m. But no, I'm woke. I'm all the way woke. I'm woke. Because I'm like, this man still ain't came back with my car. What is going on with my car? Like, Kata, like I can't even work. I'm going crazy. My second 15-minute come. I'm like, okay, he fell asleep. He fell asleep somewhere. And now he's woke and he's going to make it to last 15 minutes break. That's 5 a.m. Go outside. No car. I'm like, oh, now I'm getting nervous. I don't know what I'm really going to do, but I just know in the end, At 7 a.m. when I gets off of work, he gonna show up with my car. Girl, 7 a.m. comes. I'm off of work. I'm sitting outside on the little stoop thing in front of the super center, and I'm waiting for my vehicle to pull up. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and waiting. Like, girl, hours go by. Everybody, even the floor crew that got off at 8 o'clock, was going out the door. And I still was sitting in front of that stove, still sitting there. I'm like, girl, where my car? Where my car? Oh my God, what's going on? I think he may have had he had a cell phone, because I'm blowing up this cell phone. Where the heck my car? I need my car. I need my car. Give me my car back. You was only supposed to use my car for 2 hours, and you didn't come. So it's hours later, and I'm leaving voicemails. Look, bring my car back, or I'm going to have to call the police. Girl, no answer. I'm not effing kidding you. Bring my car back right now. I'm calling the police. No answer. Okay, I gotta call the police, girl. Got to call the police on them. Beep, boop, boop. Hello? Yes, police. My car, I let my boyfriend borrow my car, and he said he'd be back on my break, and he just never came back. Like, never. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to get home. I have a little girl, and so they come. Girl, let me tell you, they said, now they had me fill out a report, right? I filled out the report, but then they tell me, well, really, there's nothing we can do. Huh? What you mean ain't nothing you could do? This man took my whole car. No, there's nothing we could do, because it's not like he stole your keys. You lent him the car. And I'm like, yes, I lent him the car, but for a certain time frame. I didn't tell him to take the car till Jesus come back. Like, for real. I said, take the car for 2 hours to my break. And it was like, it doesn't matter. You gave him the keys. Are you kidding me? Like, that's how it really works? Like, I'm not thinking that's how this works. This works by, you go find my car, because that's my car. That's not his car. And no. They said they couldn't do anything because I let him borrow the car. Then I'm like, well, can y'all take me home? Like, I'm 30 minutes away from the house. And they're like, no, sorry. Unfortunately, this is not our jurisdiction. I mean, your home is not in our jurisdiction, so we can't take you home. So then I'm like, okay, I called my police department, Orlando, whatever. And they're like, no, you're not in our jurisdiction right now at the moment, so we cannot pick you up. I'm like, girl, how I'm finna get home? This is 2003-ish / 4. There's really no Ubers. There's no, there's no bus routes, no nothing. Florida always been bad for that. When we were younger, like, only in the what you would want to call urban areas would have bus stops and stuff. But like out in the areas that were like middle class, they didn't have buses, which I guess they figured that middle class don't ride no bus. And there especially wasn't nothing going from that city to this city. So to be honest with you, I think it was about 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. I mean, I'm sorry, not 10 p.m., 10 a.m., and I was still up there at that store. So I really don't know how I got home. I promise you, I don't know how I got home. So I get home. My little cousin say he D_Almighty Mac. He say I don't remember him being there, but he say he do remember being there waiting on me. And he gets home. So I'm like, dang, I got to get my car back before my mama come home. Y'all already know. There used to be this cartoon called Wait Till Your Father Gets Wait till your father gets home. Girl, wait till my mama pull up in her minivan. Girl, that was it. When she pulled up with that minivan, you already know it was hell to pay. So I got to get my car back, girl, before my mama's come back, girl. Okay, so I'm steady calling, man, you need to come. You need to bring my car back. I done called the police on you. So I'm like, dang, he ain't bringing back my car. He ain't even answering his phone, right? So, and Marcello, I had used his grandmother's because now I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like so desperate. I need my car. So I use Marcello's grandmother's car. And I asked her, can I borrow her car to go find my car? My car was stolen. So I'm driving all over this city. I don't know this city. All I did was work in the super center on the outskirts. And if you know this city, it's like the super center sits right on the line, basically like the city limit line, and then further in becomes one part of the city that's kind of cute and countrified and this and that. But like they say, once you go over the railroad tracks, good, whole different story back there. And that is not the area I know like that. So I'm going all over this town, up and down, looking for my gray Buick, girl. My little luxury car that had the electric windows and it had the seat that moved forward, and I ain't gotta do like that to move it forward, girl. That car. I am all up and down, all over the hood areas, running into people, like people on substances themselves that claim they seen him in this area, in the house, you know, the substance house. And then you got all types of stuff. And this is where I runs into, now I told y'all, he had at least 11 children and he had several different baby mamas. This is where I remember going to these apartments. The apartments he left me in the freaking, stole my money and left me in the car sleep. Stole it out my bosom, girl. Like, how you do that? I had to be going to bed. So I remember these apartments when I pass them. So I go in there and I knock on a door that I think is the one that he went in, but I can't remember. Like, I couldn't remember really what apartment he had went in. So I knocks on the door. Knock, 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 knock. Lady comes to the door. I said, hello. I'm looking for my car. I believe one time before I came here with someone named Shame. And the lady answers, she's like, okay. You know Shame? I'm like, yeah, I know Shame. I'm Shame's girlfriend. She said, a girlfriend? Then she said, oh, let me tell y'all. She looks around and she's like, hey, come here. And I'm like, what's going on? She's like, come here. Telling the people in the background. She say she's Shane's girlfriend. Oh, everybody laughing. I'm like, okay, what's the joke? Like, I don't understand the joke. And she's like, Shame with my daughter for the longest. This is baby mama number 2 that I met. He was with my daughter, and I prayed for the day that he would be out of her life. Say, girl, he steal people cars all the time. Girl, he just steal your car. He always do that. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? This Shame girl for everybody coming out laughing at me, girl. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Let me leave with my leg, my head between my tail and get out of here. But she did tell me that he was on substances and that he took her daughter from here to there, like for real. And he was like, she said that he always stole her car and stuff like that. So we didn't find him. We go all day. I'm searching this car. I'm thinking, if he on substances, what if he done sold my car for a little or nothing? Or what if my car is impounded? Like, am I ever gonna see my car again? And I'm like, I really don't know what to do. I have a daughter. I have to get back and forth to work. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I was really like scared, like scared beyond scared. Because I had to deal with my mama when she pulled up in her minivan. I used to call that minivan Clifford the Big Red Van. When she pulled up in that thing. So we look and look and look, all the cracks and crevices. People, oh, he just went that way. Oh, he just went that way. Girl, it got to the point where I was like, I gotta go home. This is not getting me anywhere. Study calling him. He's not answering. I go home. I go in my room and I'm trying to sleep, but I can't because the adrenaline is so high. I don't know what's going to happen that I'm like, oh, girl, mama comes home. And she was home for a minute, but then later she's like, Keita. She comes to my door. Keita, I didn't know you were here. You're home? Where's your car? I'm like, where's your car, Keita? Like I told y'all before, that's like Medea. You know how Medea like, where's your car? Okay, you let somebody borrow your car. Yeah, for real. I had to tell her the truth. Like, what was I gonna do? Is wasn't like I could hide the fact that my car gone. So she's like, oh my gosh, I got it. Girl, I got it. Finally, I had to come to grips that your car gone, girl, because the whole night had passed. And then the next night passed. I don't even know how I got to work, or did I have to call in or whatever. But days had passed and my car was gone, still gone. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get a call. Shame is calling me. Where the heck are you with my car? Do you know what you caused? Bring me my car right now. He's like, I'm gonna bring you your car. He had another stupid story. I'm gonna bring you your car right now, and then I'm just gonna turn myself in. I'm gonna turn myself in. I said, yeah, I called the police on you. I called the police. And he's like, I'm just gonna turn myself in. Bring me my car. Bring me my car. He brings the car back to me. I get my car, right? You would think that would have been the entire end case closed, done. The judge done hit the gavel on the desk. It's over. We out of here. Ain't no more communication. He contacts me after that and he's like, we have to talk. Okay, I should have had no words for him. No words whatsoever. But still, I thought that I had feelings for him like that. And you had to be that darn dumb. All the things that he done to me. And I'm still like, girl, when do you wake up? It took me a long time to wake up, but I finally woke up. But it wasn't that time, girl. It wasn't that time. That didn't wake me up. Like, girl, you done stole my car. I'm still sleeping. So he meets up with me and he takes me to some backwood area and he's like, we have to talk. He's like, Keita, I have a problem. He said, I'm no good for you. I'm no good. I have a substance problem. And I guess he was relapsing. And he was like, you can't be with me because I'm just... crazy. So anyways, a little bit after that, a little time passed and I end up still thinking that I can help him to be all right. And that horrible toxic relationship continued on for a few more months after that. Like, girl, anything that don't feel right, if it don't feel right, it's not right. A relationship where a man loves you, you're going to know it. He's going to reciprocate whatever you're giving. It's not going to be you giving, him receiving, and that's a loving relationship. That is not, if ever he's calling you out of your name, love doesn't do that. Love does not hurt. Love does not physically hurt. Now, he never got physical with me, but I could see that relationship going in that manner. And by me just coming back, it probably was a matter of time. He could have hauled off and, and then I'm going back and going back. He already knew that he kind of had me in some type of Spider-Man hold or whatever, that little spider web hold. But love does not hurt. And when I finally, and if it does, let that love deal with their own issues first before they can ever be. And most times that's just one good woman that you lost. Just now you know how to love the next woman. But love don't hurt. Please do not put up with a man, or even a man with a woman. Do not put up with any type of abuse, whether it's really verbal or physical. Know your worth. You're worth loving. I was worth loving, but I felt like I was, hold on. I love classic cars. I felt like I was not worth loving. And the reason I felt that way was because I suffered from low self-esteem that will end you up in these type of abusive relationships, low self-esteem. So you got to have your self-esteem up. You got to know who you are. You got to know what you're worth, what you deserve. I suffered from low self-esteem from, one, being bullied, never being accepted, and I just always wanted to be accepted. Two, never feeling good enough, because every instance in my life, in my childhood growing up, it was like almost everything was my fault. It was always me. So it was like I just took on that I'm the problem. And you know what I mean? So for me not to be the problem, I have to do extra. I have to go above and beyond. And those are issues that I still somewhat deal with today.